Okay, let's get going. So welcome to our chair yoga, part of our Grow with GoGo series. We usually alternate between yoga and functional fitness. It's been a little awry these last several weeks because I've been traveling so much, but there shouldn't be any travels in the near future, so things will get back on track. Um, Before we get moving, just a quick reminder of what else GoGo offers. So in addition to these classes, you can access rides, meals, groceries, medication delivery, and home services. So just things that you need done in or around your house, all by calling one number. And that phone number is 855-464-6872. We also have a referral program. So if you go to the bottom of your GoGo receipts, there is a code. If you give that code to a friend, once they've taken their first service with GoGo, you will both receive $30 in credit. So just a nice win-win if you know someone who would benefit from these services. We also have a Facebook group, so if you ever want to see how other people are using GoGo or connect with other GoGo members online, you can find us on Facebook. We'll share a link to our page in the chat. And with that, we'll get going. So if we haven't met, I'm Adra. I teach the yoga and the functional fitness classes here at GoGo. What do we need today? So for chair yoga, this class is primarily seated. We're sitting most of the class. We do stand up for 3-4 minutes. You can skip that part if you don't want to stand. I recommend you have a chair that is relatively sturdy, so something that's not going to fall out from under you. I like no armrest because I can move more freely, but if you have only chairs with armrests, that's fine. I prefer a chair that doesn't roll. But of course, if all you have is a rolling chair, then that's fine. Grab what you can. There's no move of the week because I was gone, but I will give you a move of the week today at the end of class. So that'll be exciting. And so I'm now should be coming up pretty big on your screen in just a second. Wait for that. If for some reason I didn't just now pop up as your main image, you can adjust your settings. So we can't fully override your settings. So if I didn't come out nice and big for you, you'll move your cursor to the top right-hand corner of your Zoom screen, and a box will pop up that says View. You want to pick Speaker View, and you'll see me. Or if you want to see everybody else moving, you pick Gallery View. It'll just be lots of small images, so that can be a little bit harder. Let me move my mic a little closer and then we'll get started. So start to get comfortable in your seat. And begin to move your torso one direction. So nice big circles. Go ahead and circle the other way. So just a reminder that this is your time and your practice. So listen to your body, only do things that feel good or safe. You can always skip things or add things. Let's come back to center. Let's do a few more spinal movements. Let's inhale, pull the chest forward, elbows go back, sternum reaches towards the ceiling. And then exhale, round the back, tuck the tail, drop the chin, stretch your back body. So just a little cat-cow, seated cat-cow here. Moving through the spine, moving through the pelvis, letting the shoulders move. And then coming back to center. Let's take a few moments and let yourself rock a little side to side until you can sense those sits bones, so those hard bones in your bum. So we have our glute tissue, but deep to our glute tissue, or closer to the center of the body, we have the bones. So see if you can feel those bones that you sit on. It might be subtle depending on how much tissue you have. Just go ahead and rock a little side to side and see if you can sense those sits bones. Maybe you close the eyes and then allow your rocking to get smaller. Until you feel that you can have even weight on those bones. So even weight right to left. So we sometimes have a tendency to weight one hip or one part of the pelvis, one sit bone more than the other. So just noticing, is that happening? Is there a way to gently even it out? And, and trying to even out that weight on those sits bones with ease versus forcing. So let's say your right sit bone is higher than the left. There's a lot more weight on your left one. Think about relaxing that right hip down versus forcing it down. So sometimes it's easier to find that by just letting go versus clenching. And now you're going to let your weight rock a little forward and back. So you're sort of shifting on your sits bone. So you're shifting towards the back of your sit bone and then towards the front. It's almost like you're doing a mini cat-cow with just your pelvis. So it's just your low back and your pelvis moving. The upper and middle back isn't really involved. So you're feeling, okay, I can rock towards the back of my sits bone so the tailbone is getting closer to the chair, or maybe it's even touching the chair. And then you can move to the middle and then towards the front, where you feel maybe a little stretch in the low abdomen. And then find that center point again, so that even weight front to back, or that even position front to back, right to left. And we're going to draw little circles. So we're kind of doing this clock-like motion with the pelvis. So you're going to let yourself bring your weight forward towards the front of those bones. Then let the weight shift to the right. Then start to shift back. So you're trying to draw a circle. Then shift to the left. It can feel really awkward. It's also really small. And then shift forward. We're going to let this go soon. Let's go the other way. So from the forward position, think about shifting left, then going back, then going right, then going forward. And then find that even weight in the center of those sits bones. Letting the focus now shift to your breathing.
Good girl. Good girl.
Take a moment to notice where you feel the breath in the body. Where does it automatically go for you? And see if you can allow your breath to take up a little bit more space. Thinking about your breath stretching the inside of your body. So stretching you from the inside out in all directions. So it's not just a front and back motion, but think about the breath going side to side and back. So we often feel really comfortable with the breath being forward, so in front of us and up towards the head. But see if we can find the breath side to side, so the side seams of the body or the sides of the ribs, and maybe even into the back body. So that is without moving the spine. We can find this 360 movement, motion of the breath. See if you can fill all of the nooks and crannies inside the body. So let that breath get a little bit deeper. Let it take up a little bit more space. See if you can breathe in and out of the nose. If it's not possible, that's fine to breathe through the mouth, but really try and breathe in and out of the nose if possible. Full expansion in all directions. One more minute here. And then place one hand on top of the other against your chest, against your heart. And see if maybe you can feel the movement of your heart beneath your palms. And from this space, feel free to set an intention for your practice. Maybe noting what's brought you to class. Maybe you want to cultivate some ease or calm, flexibility, relaxation, whatever it is. Go ahead and set that for yourself now. Take a deep inhale through the nose, fill your lungs. Exhale out the mouth, let it go. Release the hands down. Feel free to keep your eyes closed or open them. Let's start to rotate the head nose. So just turning the head right and left. And then nod the head yes, looking up and down. Then back to center. Let's bring the right ear towards the right shoulder, side stretch of the neck. Keep those shoulders soft. Try not to bend in the rest of the spine, so it's just the neck part of the spine that is moving and the head. Back to center, other way. One more time each side, ear towards the shoulder. And other side. Bring the head back to center. Let's do some shoulder rolls forward. Really finding that full range of motion if you can. Take your shoulder rolls back. Let those shoulders relax. Let's stretch that right arm forward in front of us. Bring the palm to face forward and the fingers down. We're going to stretch our forearms. Take your other hand, grab a hold of the fingers, and pull the hand back. I'll give you just a quick side view here. If it doesn't feel good to have your arm this high, it can always come lower. That's totally fine. You can also bend the elbow a little bit if that feels better versus the straight arm. So you always have choices. So even if I don't give you a variation, you can always explore, adjust, make sure things feel good in the body. Go ahead and release and let's switch sides. So other arm comes forward, fingers point down, palm is forward. Grab a hold of those fingers gently and pull them back. Again, your elbow can be straight, it can be bent, your arm can be high, it can be low, any combination. Find what works for you. Soften the jaw. Try and let those shoulders be relaxed and take deep breaths. Go ahead and let those arms go. And we're going to start to twist the spine. So hands can just rest on your lap. Let's inhale, twist the spine one direction. Doesn't matter which way you go. And then twist the other way. Head and neck can follow if that feels good or not. So finding some rotation, really trying to rotate through the spine, not just moving the shoulders. So the shoulders are coming for the ride, but we're really trying to rotate through that torso. If it's possible, see if you can keep your legs still. So imagine you are squeezing something between your knees. Don't drop whatever you're squeezing between your knees. Keep that contact. That way the movement is coming more middle back, upper back, instead of lower back. There's nothing wrong with twisting in the lower back, but we tend to do that really easily. So see if you can keep that lower part of the body still as you rotate. Go ahead and twist one way and go ahead and hold. Few breaths holding your twist. Hands can rest wherever is comfortable. Unwind, twist the other way and hold. And back to center. Let's go ahead and take our legs wide. So we're pretty early in our practice, so you decide how wide you want to go, what feels comfortable. You can either sit forward towards the front of your chair or back, just depends on what feels comfortable here in this wide stance. Let your knees and toes track along that same line. So what we're avoiding is this. We don't want to drop those knees in. So if that's happening, you either think push those knees out or make your stance a little less wide. Then from there, we'll go ahead and lean forward. Let those shoulders creep up towards the ears. So we're leaning forward, using our hands, bracing ourselves. It's okay if those shoulders creep up. We'll do a little twist. So you'll drop one shoulder forward. The shoulder that drops forward, that elbow stays straight. The other elbow can bend, twist. And then switch sides. So other shoulder drops forward, twist. One more time each side. Shoulder comes forward, little twist. And other side, shoulder forward. And back to center. Go ahead and sit tall. We'll do a little side stretching now. So let's take our right hand, I'll mirror you, and rest it on the right thigh. You can have a straight elbow or you can begin to bend the elbow. Make sure those sits bones, so those hard bones in your bum, stay grounded. We'll start to bend that right elbow. You can stay there. Or if you have an armrest, you can bring your forearm to the armrest. Or you could bring your forearm to your leg. Whatever works for you. Make sure those sits bones stay grounded. And then your free arm, that left arm, can stay down, can reach out to the side, up towards the ceiling, or all the way overhead towards the wall. So whatever feels good. Focus on taking deep breaths into that side of the body that you are stretching.
someone who they
Few more breaths here. Go ahead and come on up. Pause for a moment and just notice the difference right to left. And then we'll switch sides. So leaning to that left side, left hand is bracing on your leg. You can have a straight arm or a bent elbow. You can bend it as much as you'd like. And then you could stay there, or maybe the forearm finds your armrest or your forearm finds your legs. Keep those knees open. So elbow to your leg if you want. Right arm can stay down. It can go out to the side, up towards the ceiling, or overhead. Whatever you choose, make sure those sits bones stay grounded. So those bones in your in your bum are staying down on the chair. Breathe into that side body. And go ahead and bring yourself back up. And again, pause in the middle. Notice any differences right to left. And then let's bring those legs back together. Take a moment, maybe shift a little side to side, resettle in. And let's move our attention to our feet. Let's move into some heel raises. So toes stay down. We lift and lower the heels. So I'm just alternating here. Just warming up those feet. Letting that breath continue to be nice and smooth. And then let's move into some marching. So lifting the foot completely off the ground, lifting the knee slightly up towards the chest. I'll give you a quick side view here. You don't need to move. It's just so you can see. Marching isn't for you. You can stick to those heel raises. Just a few more of these. All right. Next time your right knee is lifted, go ahead and pause. You can stay there, or maybe you can grab a hold of your leg with your hands. So that way you can just lean a little bit back. You don't have to hold the leg up with the muscles of the leg. And then we'll do some ankle circles. I'll just give you a quick little side view here. So instead of just holding the leg up, I'm holding it with my hands. Circle the ankle the other direction. And release and switch sides. So other knee comes up. You could stay there, or you can grab a hold of the shin and grab a hold of the knee for a little support. Lean a little bit back and circle the ankle. Circle the other direction. And then relax the foot, bringing the foot down. You can stay facing your direction. I'm just going to turn sideways for this next bit. So we've thought about our sits bones quite a lot today. So we're going to take another moment to tuck and untuck your tail, thinking about those sits bones, so those hard bones in your bum that we were on. Let the tail tuck under so you move towards the back of those bones in your bum. And then sit tall, get on top of them, and then come forward, reach the tail towards the wall behind you or towards the ceiling so you come to the front of the sits bones. So just doing that a few times. So we're just tucking and untucking your pelvis. We often call this posterior tilt when the tail is tucked under like you're a scared or a sad dog, and an anterior tilt when the tail is reaching up towards the ceiling. So we're going to move into a hamstring stretch in a moment. And what I want us to try and find in this hamstring stretch is this anterior tilt, which means, again, that tailbone is reaching towards the wall behind you or towards the ceiling. Your pubic bone is moving away from your belly button. Okay, so we're going to try and find that when we move into our hamstring stretch. So let the spine relax, stretch that right leg forward in front of you. Let's point and flex the foot a few times. And then flexing the foot so the toes are up towards the ceiling. Go ahead and hold that position and lean a little bit forward. You can brace yourself on your left leg with your hands. Now, for a moment, we're going to posterior tilt. So what we're not going to do in general, we're going to tuck that tail under. So if you tuck that tail and round your back, kind of like a cat pose, you'll probably find that you have way less stretch in the back of the leg. Then move through neutral and then try and do that anterior tilt. So from neutral, we're moving to reach that tail back behind us or up towards the ceiling, and that's going to give you more stretch along the back of the leg. You're going to try and hold that. So you're thinking sit bone reaching up, tailbone reaching up, so that there is a slight curve in your back. You might need to be higher up. Right, so see if you can find that. And take several deep breaths. If you need more stretch, feel free to bend those elbows or maybe bring your forearm to your leg. But if you bring the forearm down and your back rounds, don't do that. Not today. There are days where that's great. Today we're just doing something different, or we're really paying attention to what the back is doing, what the pelvis is doing as we stretch our hamstrings. Two more breaths. Go ahead and come on up, rebend that right knee, gently windshield wiper your knees side to side. And then we'll switch sides. So other leg stretches forward, point and flex the foot. The next time the toes are up towards the ceiling, go ahead and pause. You're going to think about that anterior tilt. So pubic bone moves away from the belly button, tail reaches back behind you, and then you can lean a little forward, trying to keep that. Hands can be on your thigh, your elbows can be straight or bent. Just watching that you're not rounding that low back. So I'm showing you what not to do, right? It's not a Halloween cat position. We're trying to find that low back in more of a cow-like position. Ribs are relaxed, breath is smooth. You decide how low you go as long as you can maintain that spinal position. Go ahead and come on up. Rebend that left knee, gently windshield wiper your knees side to side. And then let's move to our standing portion of class. If you do not want to stand, you can stay seated, do a few stretches and seated. You can repeat anything we've already done. We'll be back in our seat in a few minutes. If you are up for standing, go ahead and make your way behind your chair or find a wall or a table, something you can hold on to. You can keep facing your screen. I'm sideways, that way you can see a little bit better what's happening. So hands find your support. So chair, table, wall. Walk your feet back. Let's find a chair dog or an upside down L pose. So you decide how far back you go. So you can be up a little bit higher if that feels safer on the body. But we're moving towards bringing your torso parallel to the earth. Your arms are along that same line. You can bend those knees if your hamstrings are feeling tight or keep your legs straight. Your ankles are approximately under your hips. It does not need to be perfect. Find what works for you. Now, if you'd like, I'm going to encourage you to pedal your feet or bend one knee and then the other. So pedal out those legs. If that's too much, just keep the knees bent or straight. Go ahead and find neutral. So two straight legs or two bent knees if you were pedaling. Lift your head up and walk your feet forward, coming all the way up. Let's find a calf stretch. Let's step that right foot back behind us. We're stepping it back 1 to 3 feet. Doesn't need to be huge, but it's whatever distance you can do. It depends on the length of the legs. So if you have really long legs, you're stepping further back. If you have shorter legs, you're keeping that step small. The back heel stays grounded, and then we'll bend the front knee. So left knee is bent, right leg is straight. We're pushing that right heel down into the ground. Feel free to continue to hold on to your support, or maybe you reach those arms forward, bringing them parallel to the earth. 3 more deep breaths. Hands back to your seat, stepping forward, back foot meets the front, and we switch sides. So left foot steps back 1 to 3 feet back, just depends on the length of your legs. The back heel stays on the ground. That's how you're going to get that stretch. So back heel stays grounded, bend the front knee. Ribs are relaxed. Hands can stay on your support or you can hover those arms up. It's up to you. Hands back to your support and stepping forward. All right, one more standing pose here. We're going to do a little chair pose. So feel free to continue to hold on. All 10 toes face forward. Your feet are maybe 4 inches apart, 6 inches apart. We bend those knees, hips are back, and find our chair. Now, from our chair pose, just because we've been talking a lot about the pelvis today and moving through the pelvis, we're going to tuck and untuck the tail. So feel free to hold on to the chair, or if it's easier, you can hold on to your thighs. So we're going to tuck the tail. So it's called posterior tilt, round the low back so the pubic bone moves towards the belly button. And then untuck the tail. Reach the tail towards the ceiling. Pubic bone moves away from the belly button. Tailbone, sits bones reach towards the wall behind you. And tuck the tail. Your thighs are probably burning at this point. Untuck. We're almost there. Reach that tail towards the ceiling. One more time. We tuck the tail around the low back. Pull the abdomen in. And then untuck. And then reach for that anterior tilt. So pubic bone moves away from the belly button, tail reaches towards the ceiling, sits bones feel like they're spreading apart, and then find neutral and straighten those legs. Let's come back to our seat. Take a few moments, rock a little bit once you're seated. And we'll move into a figure 4. So let's cross that right ankle over the left ankle. That is our first option. So as that right ankle crosses over the left, I'm mirroring you. You'll let the knee open out to the side. So you can start here if this feels right for you. You could also prop your foot up onto something. So a couple of cushions, a stool, a low, like a footstool. coffee table, ottoman, or you can start to bring your foot over your knee or over your thigh. Now, if you're really close to doing that, but not quite, you could sit on something higher. So if you have like a bar stool, or you could put some cushions underneath your seat, get yourself higher. It is fine for your knee to be up. I know I'm wearing basically all black today, but it's okay for your knee to be up here. It does not need to be down low. So finding whatever variation you'd like. And let's take those circles with the torso. We'll just do a few in each direction. So switch directions if you haven't. And then find center. And then you're going to decide where you'll hold the stretch. So you can hold the stretch sitting tall, or today feel free to lean a little bit forward and hold the stretch there. And this goes for any of those leg positions. Go ahead and bring yourself back up. Undo your legs, shake them off. And we'll find our second side. So left ankle can cross over the right, let the knee open out to the side. So that's a big part is we want that rotation. We want that knee to move out. You can also prop your foot up onto something, some pillows, a footstool, coffee table, ottoman, whatever you have, a couple of blocks, or cross your ankle over your thigh. And again, you can sit onto something higher. So feel free to put a big book underneath your hips or sit onto, if it feels stable, like the armrest of the couch, that's higher, at least in my house, than the chair. So find that position that works for you. And we'll do a few circles one way with the torso. Just explore that space. Take the circles the other way. And then leaning forward or sitting tall. So finding that kind of center, lean forward or sit tall position to hold the stretch. Jaw is relaxed, shoulders are soft, abdomen is relaxed. Go ahead and bring yourself back up. Undo your legs, shake them off. And then sitting in a comfortable position, so you can either sit back towards the back of your chair or forward. We'll place one hand on the chest and one on the abdomen. Let the shoulders be soft and close your eyes. Take a few moments to notice your breathing and the effects of the breath onto your hands.
And allow the hands to drop to your lap and allow your breath to slow down just a little bit. Few more deep breaths. And bring your palms to touch in front of your heart. Take a moment to thank yourself for taking time to take care of your mind and your body. Namaste. Thank you, everyone, so much for joining. A pleasure as always. Before we open it up for questions, let me give you the move of the week. So you'll have to hold on to this for a little while. So next week on Wednesday will be functional fitness. You'll have to hold on to it until the week after that for the yoga on Wednesday. And really what it is I want you to rock your hips side to side. So whenever you're sitting in a chair, just take a few seconds to rock a little side to side to feel those bones in your bum. And notice, is the weight even, and try and find that even weight right to left. So we'll call it hips rocking in chair. Let me write that down. I recommend you write that down as well. And then we'll open it up for questions. We'll look at the chat. So, okay, hips rocking side to sidage. Okay, so I think I saw, oh yeah, lots of things going on in the chat. Let's see if there's anything going on. Yes, Hal. I don't know if you're still here, but it's the reason we've been doing so much chair yoga is because I've been traveling and Caro only teaches yoga and she's our sub. But back to functional fitness, I won't be traveling for quite a while, so we should be back to the usual. Um, okay.
Rose. I'm
Sorry?
good. I'm Audrey Gavin.
Hi, Audrey.
Oh, I don't know. My pictures is there. Now there I am. I'm outlined in green.
Yes.
And anyway, it's great. It's a lot of fun. And once a week is about all I can do, but thank you.
Hey, once a week is better than not at all, so I'm glad you're
That's the
here.
way I figure too. I'm like I'm 97 now, so
Wow, that's awesome.
mhm. Well, there are probably some in this group who are older. Thank you.
Could you briefly tell me how functional fitness differs from the chair yoga? I'm new.
Yeah,
What should I expect?
great question. Great question. So our functional fitness class is more strenuous. The class is also primarily standing. So the class is standing and it's with really light weights. If you don't have weights, you can still go through all of the motions without weight. But this class is more about stretching. The yoga is more about breathing and stretching. That class is more about creating some strength. So we stand for probably 80–90% of class. Sometimes we sit. If we're doing upper body, you can always sit during the upper body, but that's how it's different. And then I also talk a lot more about how our exercises maybe affect our daily life. So if we're doing something reaching overhead, well, we're thinking about, oh, well, we have to reach into our cabinets overhead. So sometimes we'll add those links as well. Does that answer your question?
It does. I've gotten rather complacent and lazy with the chair. But thank you very much. I'll try to get ready.
Awesome, awesome. Let me just look through the chat real
Hello.
quick before we open it up more. I just want to make sure that everyone's gotten their questions answered. Okay, so that looks fine. I thought I was very tailbone conscious. Your guidance this morning helped me stretch to get more effect. Really could feel more intense circulation. Oh, that's awesome. Good to see you again. Welcome back. Oh, thank you. Thank you, everybody. Okay, anyways, more questions? You can just unmute yourself or put it in the chat.
I don't have a question exactly. This is my first time here. For some reason, it's got my name wrong. That is my old name. It's actually my birth name, and I changed it for clear and obvious reasons. I don't like it anymore. And I've taken my mother's birth name, which is McCurdy, which I do like. See if I can get this changed.
Yes, there is a way to change it. You know, I'm not entirely. Oh, V has just put it in the chat. So,
Okay. Okay, good.
oh, so if you go to profile on your Zoom,
Okay, okay.
the
I
name.
just don't know how it keeps dragging along with me, that name. And I'm glad to hear you laugh because you
I love
probably
it.
you probably know how much I don't like that name anymore. But it was my birth name. It was my father's. My father was Lithuanian, and I don't know how it got to be his name, but it was. So anyway, there we go. But I'm so glad to be here. I do regular yoga at the gym, but boy, this is really great. It feels so good.
Awesome. Well, I'm so happy you're here, Patricia.
Thank you.
Margaret's still laughing about your last name.
Good.
Um, and great. Yeah. And if you can change it on the Zoom, great. If not,
I'll give it a try. But if not,
and
I'll endure it.
yeah, V says that you have to go on the website, on the Zoom website. So
Okay. Okay, I'll figure it out. What I'll do is ask one of my granddaughters because they know how to do things that I don't.
exactly, that's the way to go.
Yeah, sure.
We still have a few minutes if anyone has any other questions or comments or thoughts they want to share. Of course, if you need to go or are ready to go, you can always sign out. It's nice to see all your faces again. I'm seeing some waves. Yeah,
Good workout.
great.
Yes.
Okay, okay, I will let you go. So Friday will be functional fitness. Friday there's functional fitness. Hal has probably, is he still here?
I
Maybe
have to get up and have my Cheerios.
Um, yeah, so functional fitness on Friday. It's an hour later than on Wednesdays, Friday
Oh,
classes.
that's good. That's good that it's an hour later.
Um, Alrighty, everybody. Well, have a wonderful rest of the week, and I'll see you next time, either Friday or sometime next week. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you soon.
Thank you
See
so
you next week, Adra.